Jamil here from JoBlo. It's Saturday at Comic-Con, and we are here for the ORVILLE. We will be talking with Seth MacFarlane, Adrianne, Palicki. Come on, it's Adrianne Palicki, man. I'm excited. See you then.
No. Oh, crap. Sorry, man. You okay?
Yeah, it's all good, man. You okay?
Yeah, all good. Sorry.
All right, no worries.
Well, first of all, how did you get involved in the ORVILLE? I was hearing you knew him from... What drew you to the character?
Well, I mean, I love Kelly. Kelly kind of reminds me of a version of myself in certain ways. You'll understand why I say that once you see the pilot. But no, it's just the project as a whole is what drove me to this, and just the humor and it's so smart, it's so brilliant, and so original. And to do television again, which is so scary because you take a massive risk. You're doing this maybe for 7 years of your life. It just felt right and fun, and willing to take that step and that,
So it's an anti-banana ray.
It's really interesting.
We need no longer fear the banana.
Does it work on all fruit?
What about salads?
Oh, it's tonally it's a tricky. I mean, there are satirical elements of this show, but it is also. I mean, look, Star Trek did something for many, many years that around 15, 20 years ago they just kind of stopped doing. They decided to go in a different direction, which is a little more kind of action-y, a little more kind of in the vein of what the Star Wars movies do, and it left open a space that has not been filled for me as a fan. So I kind of miss what they used to do, and so with that space being wide open, it seemed like a perfect time to do a show like the ORVILLE. And I do see it as, look, it's part satire, but mostly it really is its own thing. It's a comedic drama that focuses on some very specific characters, and the stakes are treated too realistically for it to be really called a satire. So I think for fans of comedy and for fans of science fiction, they'll both be able to find something to like about this thing.
Sorry, can you move like 2 steps to your right? It's just a lot of dead space there. Just perfect. Yeah, sorry, you were just very weirdly framed.
What? So first of all, I'm really excited about this, and you do play one of my favorite characters on American Dad. I have to say that. How did you get involved in what is your sci-fi background? What are you excited about?
Scott Grimes?
Yeah.
My sci-fi background is I just love science fiction. My dad, the first movie I ever saw with my dad was Forbidden Planet. It was my dad's favorite movie, still is our favorite movie, and for some reason that got the bug going in me. I wasn't a huge Trekkie per se, but Star Wars and all the old kind of sci-fi movies. So this means something to me to be involved in a show like this, or him hiring me for it, because I'm a huge science fiction buff because of my dad.
Nice. What about you?
I'm coming into it kind of fresh. I was never really a Trekkie. I was never sort of, huge into Star Wars. I was a big Stephen King fan, nice. Which was, a similar thing in building worlds. And I think with this and sci-fi, you get to create and literally build worlds. And I don't think you could ask for a better job as an actor to come in and just sort of be placed in this new world and still function as a real person,
Perhaps we should not be talking about this.
Oh, no. We're talking about this. This is a thing.
We were talking about sci-fi. What is your guys' background? I mean, how did you get involved in this, and what is your favorite sci-fi experience?
Well, I have read sci-fi all my life, so I'm a huge sci-fi fan from that perspective anyway. I got into the show, I auditioned for the show in London, actually, and I moved from the UK to do this show in LA. So it's been a huge adventure for me in many respects, let alone the fact that the show in itself is a massive adventure as we go on all these different trips around the galaxy. So that, sums it up for me, really.
Holy crap!
Well, as a kid, I always drew cars that flew. I built models and watched a lot of science fiction like Robotech and like Japanese animation and Space 1999 and like all these old school like Star Wars, obviously, like Battlestar Galactica. Sorry. Yes. And so, but I would like draw all this stuff and have all this stuff in my head. And so I'm always a sci-fi nut. My favorite science fiction movie is Blade Runner, right? So I'm super stoked about the movie that's coming out. And I love Philip K. Dick. I read a lot of science fiction. So to be able to play an alien on a science fiction show that's actually funny too. It's dramatic. It's almost like, and it requires like I'm classically trained and all that stuff and like MFA, but all of it's a culmination of, I think of all the stuff I've been doing in my life. That like, so I go to work. I mean, like a clown class and stuff like that. So I'm wearing prosthetics. So it's all kind of converging on this one particular project. You know what I mean? I love Family Guy, obviously. So, and it gets just to be a part of that. I can't wait to go back to work, even though it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I have to go there. But like, so yeah, that's. I just kind of realized that just right now. It's like it is. If I could coin it, it's a culmination of all my life experiences that I'm being paid to do. How did that happen?
That's not bad. That's
gotcha.
Not bad.
Yeah. So.
What about you?
I think it all started really with Lost in Space for me back then. You know, warning, warning, danger approaching. And I think that had a profound effect on me. And then everybody was always aware of Star Trek, you know. And then it moved on from there, and things like Alien and, you know, stuff like that start to really have an impact on you. So I think that's where it came from. And then, you know, every kid wanted to be an alien. So, you know, an opportunity, everybody wants to put on the prosthetics and, you know. So I guess it's kind of like fulfilling that kind of childhood-like fantasy stuff, you know, being able to play that out with somebody like Seth MacFarlane is pretty cool.
Last March, I think I'm having a conversation with Seth. He's thinking, yeah, I'm thinking of writing this script, you know, sort of sci-fi with comedy. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. That's March. April, yeah, I wrote that script, and Fox picked it up for 13 episodes. So that's how it came together.
Wow, wow. Well, here's my question. You have a comedy, a Seth MacFarlane comedy, that's an hour-running show. Yeah. That's unusual. That's unexpected. So we're seeing a little bit of drama here, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the tone is kind of the most important piece, and in a 1 hour, you need the drama to carry people through. So we try to build a reality, these worlds, and the sci-fi thing, give it a visual context that feels real, but also an emotional story. And each episode is episodic and lives in its own kind of story. So if you dropped in on a single episode, you'd get a full story in that hour, but at the same time, the comedy that comes through is really between characters, the conflict of these characters, and understanding who they are. So it's been a real exciting thing to watch these gentlemen work on developing a tone, and both David and Brannon have specific kind of qualities that help define both sides of that, so we don't lose track of the 1 hour dramatic storytelling, but at the same time, we're allowed to have fun with the characters.
You want to open this jar of pickles for me? I loosened it for you.
So how much are we going to see tributes or homage to the original Star Trek, you think?
It's the whole ethos and aesthetic of the show is I don't know if an homage is the right word. It's part of its DNA, but so is the Twilight Zone, and so is many other shows. But it's definitely depicts an optimistic, inclusive future. That it certainly shares that with Star Trek. But we're careful, actually, if anything, not to do things that Star Trek has done to keep our show original.
Ed, have a seat. I have good news. There's a ship available, the USS ORVILLE.
Ever since I was a kid, I have wanted to serve on an exploratory vessel.
You're nobody's first choice for this job, but we have 3,000 ships to staff, and we need captains.
Can I have one of these mints?
Those are marbles. We're giving you one last chance.
I just want to say I am thrilled to be your new captain. I want this to be an efficient ship, but also one that you're glad to be serving on. Lieutenant Commander Bordas, your entire species is male, isn't it?
That is correct, sir.
Probably not a lot of arguments about leaving the toilet seat up and that kind of thing, right?
Mocklins urinate only once per year.
Really? I'm up 2-3 times a night.
That is unfortunate.
It is. Time to meet the locals. Hi, I'm Captain Ed Mercer.
Holy crap!
We don't mean your family any harm.
Well, we did just shoot his dad.
Aside from shooting your dad, we don't mean your family any harm.
Captain, there's a message coming in from Admiral Halsey. It says that an executive officer has become available.
No. No, 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 no.
Oh, crap. Sorry, man. You okay?
Yeah, it's all good, man. You okay?
Yeah, all good. Sorry.
All right, no worries.
The captain does not appear to be pleased at the arrival of his first officer.
They were married.
No way.
You know how many times I tried to talk to you, but you weren't hearing me, or you weren't around at all, but I did try. I was the one who suggested couples counseling.
The therapist was your brother-in-law.
This should be a really fun trip for all of us.
Perhaps we should not be talking about this.
Oh, no. We're talking about this. This is a thing.
You'll be delivering supplies to the science station on Epsilon 2.
Thank you for coming. We need protection.
Protection from what?
The krill. We have figured out a way to manipulate the speed of events.
So, it's an anti-banana ray.
It's really interesting.
We need no longer fear the banana.
Does it work on all fruit?
What about salads?
You do realize this could be used as a weapon.
That's why you're here.
Orders to Captain Mercer. Just detected a krill destroyer entering orbit.
Door's jammed.
Alara, you want to open this jar of pickles for me? I loosened it for you.
Return fire.
Give me the device, or I will destroy your ship.
Sorry, can you move like 2 steps to your right? It's just a lot of dead space there. Just perfect. Yeah, sorry, you were just very weirdly framed.
What?
What is that? Is that a beer?
Yeah, I'm nervous. You know, it's a new ship. I want to make a good impression.
It's 9:15 in the morning.
Sorry.